So, I didn't think I would ever do a reaction video to any of these songs, but I liked them too much, and they are by far the best part of the movie despite the controversies and the intentions behind every political incision. So, I'm just gonna be in my happy place when it comes to that, and just enjoy reacting to this and breaking down what makes these songs so powerful. I am gonna say nothing further. We're gonna be listening to Waiting on a Wish by Rachel Zegler in the Disney Snow White Remake 2025. We're also going to be doing another song, the one by the Evil Queen, where Gal Gadot sang. I love that she did, and she impressed me. I'm going to get to that in another video. The third one we're doing after that is Whistle While You Work. Let's get started. Before I even get started on the vocals, I know that's what my channel is about for the most part when it comes to these reaction videos, but I'm starting to notice the little details when it comes to how they produce the music itself. When it comes to that plucking of some sort of stringed instrument, it sounds a lot like a harp. They made sure that each one was hand one way and then the other, so that they're alternating in each ear. Just small details like that make it a very unique experience over headphones versus on a separate device.
Little girl at a lonely well, with the same little tale to tell. Feeling trapped by the walls that hold her, feeling stuck in the story they've told her. Another day where she fades away, never daring to disobey. So she's dreaming all alone, sharing secrets with a stone. My father told me long ago, I braved a bitter storm of snow. Is that a girl I'll ever know again?
So far, it's a lot of breathiness in her chest voice, which is not very easy to do, especially for someone like me. My tendency is to be like, is that a girl I'll ever know again? But what she's doing is more like, is that a girl I'll ever know again? And that's on purpose. It's not like she's weak in that register. It's intentional, and it's intentional because she's expressing a yearning for things to be different. We're starting off at the smallest, weakest point of the arc of this movie's I Want song, which is what Waiting on a Wish is, and she's being very smart about not giving everything vocally just yet. We all know we want those high paying off notes, but she's starting off small, not just because it makes more sense for the story and the lyrics, but it's also because we want to have vocal variety. Let's continue. We're gonna get pretty much the same thing within the chorus, which is coming up right now.
I'm waiting on a wish beneath 1,000 treetops, and as the silver sky stops, I send a whisper to the water. Waiting on a wish, holding out for someday, hoping somehow, some way, I'll become my father's daughter.
And what's interesting about this is that it's built a little bit bigger in sound than previous because there's more purity of the tone. The only difference being it's a much lighter, more princess sound. Her passion is like more so leaking out than being set free, as she speaks less about her struggles and transitions more into the desire for things to be different. Vocally, that's why it's still weak, but also a little bit stronger and more variation between breath and purity of tone. It's amazing.
Close my eyes and see the girl I'm meant to be. Is she a part of me I've yet to find?
Nice swell, and nice switch between chest
or will I be
and
forever
head voice. That's nice.
Waiting on a wish. Little girl by a wild wood, how she tries to be someone good, but in the shadow the kingdom's caught in. Somehow fairness is long forgotten.
She got hurt by the queen, burned by the queen. In the beginning, she started off with breathiness because she was talking about all the things that are wrong with the kingdom at first, with that still in her mind, which is why her voice was so weak. And then, like I said, during the chorus, she transitioned into a little bit more variation between breath and no breath in the sound, but also still making sure it was a very light, very weak sound. Despite that, now we're starting to get a lot more punch, a lot more power, and that's because it's the injustice she's starting to feel. It's always based off of where the character is in the story as the song is being sung and the story is being told.
So will she rise or bow her head? Will she lead or just be led? Is she the girl she always said she'd be?
And especially on the bottom note, you can hear she's really leaning into it, not just on the top. Nor does it mean that the bottom notes are weak. She's going from, my father told me long ago I'd braved a bitter storm of snow. Is that a girl I'll ever know again? And now it's, so will she rise or bow her head? Will she lead or just be led? Is she the girl she always said she'd be? I'd have to lower down my volume for the top notes because there's someone sleeping in the other room. But you get my point. First one much breathier, second one much more punch. Let's continue.
I'm waiting on a wish beneath 1,000 treetops, and as the silver sky stops, I long to leave the walls behind me.
And we're finally here. She's at her highest moment.
Someday, hoping somehow, some way, there comes a miracle.
And it's based off of passionate hope, which is why it's so big.
The girl I'm meant to be, is she a part of me? I've had to hide.
My favorite part, you have no idea.
Or will I spend another year waiting on a wish? They say all you have to do to make your wish come true is let it go, echo, echo, echo. Your voice will carry through and bring that dream to you, just like an echo, echo, echo. Well, I can hear the echo loud and clear, but I'm still waiting here.
So what you heard right there was the realization that she has a long way to go and that it's going to be daunting. She went through all that hopeful, delightful, yearning passion for things to be different and to carry out her father's intent for the kingdom. She basically acknowledges where she is still at considering all she just finished saying, and now it's just going to be pretty much, spoiler for the song, quieter from here on out.
Waiting on a wish. Beyond a whisper to the water. Waiting on a wish. Is it almost someday? Can I somehow, someway learn to be my father's daughter? Someone who could finally start speaking with a fearless heart. Someone who just might be brave. Someone no one needs to save.
And that part right there is why she quieted down, because she went through all the passion and then she's now calming down, realizing where she's at. And at this point, those last 4 lines were more so her solution to the problem, because emotion can't fix it all on its own. It's a good starter, but you gotta have the brains for it, you know. And it made sense, because when they decided to slow it down and quiet her for the rest of this, it really is just her with her brain cap on. How am I gonna do this now that I've expressed this to myself? It makes sense for them to bring the dynamics down for it, if that makes sense.
Well, I can always dream, but then I wake up and it's me again, waiting on a wish.
And now with those lines, it's
Waiting on
acknowledging once again where she's still at.
Waiting on a wish.
Couldn't help myself. I've been obsessed with this song since I saw the movie. Well, that's my more so analysis of this song. I hope you at least enjoyed the fact that there is some substance behind the song, specifically the signature song that I just finished reacting to. Even if there's some intense political decisions behind the storyline. I understand why it would ruin some people's perception of this movie. They're literally trying to change what made Walt Disney famous historically. I'll always be a Disney fan, and I will never mind them making those remakes personally. I certainly didn't mind it too much with this, but I get very much where people are coming from when they say that they're big disservice to the company and to their fans. With that said, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see the other two, the one where the evil queen sings and then whistle while you work, make sure to subscribe for the rest, and I'll see you all next time.